What is up? It's your girl Pearl. We're back on the Your Lit Up Life podcast, home of the BioRave movement. If you're new here, what's up? We are people that love to dance, party sober, thrive, get lit, live our most lit up lives. And I'm here to talk about my lit method. This is part 4 of my series about the lit up method. Now, if you haven't listened to any other episodes, please go back and listen to part 1, part 2, and part 3. This is my signature framework, my signature methodology on how I have become my most lit up version of myself. And I truly believe this is one of the most important things I can help people do is to uncover how to tap into their authentic self, how to optimize their health and well-being, how to manage their emotions better and create a regulated nervous system, how to work on their mindset. And there's 4 pillars that I explain and that I teach on in my whole life, my whole business, all my programs, my coaching, everything I embody, live, and breathe lie in these 4 pillars. And this is the work I'm here to do on this earth, in addition to helping people dance and party better. But in order to be able to dance and party better, you need this work. This is like the foundation of being able to party sober and be your most authentic, liberated self is in this work. And so this is why this is so important. Now, if you're here, it means you've listened to the other 3 episodes on the lit method. And the last piece to this method is the last M, okay? The shabam method, the shabam. I can't say it without like doing a little body roll, a little, if you're on YouTube, you're seeing me do this. It's just the vibe, shabam. I'm gonna make a song and a dance to this, I think. Anyway, the last piece is mindset. So we know we talk about the 4 bodies. I'm a very holistic person and my approach is holistic. So the soul is the first S, the heart, right? The heart, the body, and the mind, talking about how to optimize and elevate all these areas. And the last piece is your mindset. The mindset is one of the biggest pieces. I mean, they're all so big, and I keep saying this, but they're all so important. And that's why they're all pillars. That's why they're all their own individual podcast episodes. And so when it comes to mindset, it's really about reconditioning yourself, recreating new narratives, new beliefs, a new identity, letting go of old beliefs, old patterns, old shit that doesn't serve you anymore, really becoming who you know you're meant to be. And this ties back to our first pillar, actually, and to our second pillar. Actually ties to all pillars. All the pillars are intertwined and they all overlap and weave in together because nothing is ever by itself in an individual silo. Everything affects everything because we are humans and everything's connected, right? So, but when you're aligned with your soul and who you are authentically, and you're able to tap into that, then you can tap into, okay, well, my soul is telling me that I am actually this person and I desire to express like this and I desire to do this. And based on our conditioning, our mind is going to get in the way and tell ourselves different stories based on, depending on how you were brought up and your conditioning and things that you absorb, because we are sponges and we still are sponges. You're just not as absorbent, but we are still so able to change our mindset. We have brains that are neuroplastic, which means they're always adapting and learning. It's never too late and you're never too old to build new neural pathways. We actually build neural pathways on a regular basis. And so it's like, okay, based on how we know we have been acting and thinking and living in the past, we now want to tap into our most authentic selves and create a new version of ourselves. And this process of reconditioning, of recreating, whatever you want to call it, also big part of this is reparenting yourself, is going to cause a clash in between your internal world. And a part of you is going to want to hold on to the parts of you that you want to evolve and improve and let go of. This is where the mindset work comes in, so important, because every day on a regular basis, we probably experience self-doubt, fear, scarcity thoughts, lack of confidence, our ego getting in our way, telling ourselves we can't do it, we're not enough, we're not worthy enough, we're not good enough. Or remember when you did that and you sucked at that? Remember that one time this happened? Ooh, remember when your dad told you this? Ooh, and like it brings up all these things, and that's natural. Know that it's natural. Everyone experiences that. There's nothing wrong with you, right? It's just your brain keeping you safe. It's your brain keeping you in your comfort zone because whatever is unknown is scary, even if the unknown is good, right? Because we all know, okay, well, if I eat healthier and if I work out, that's something that's going to benefit me, right? That's going to be in my best interest to do. But if you're conditioned in a way that did not value, or you don't identify as someone that values, or it wasn't a part of your culture or your circle or your family that works out and eats healthy, that's not comfortable for you. That's unknown for you. You're like, your inner world, your subconscious mind's like, what is that? What do you mean eat healthy? What do you mean go to the gym? And so you're going to have these conflicting, clashing thoughts. But know that this is actually a sign of growth. This is actually a beautiful thing. The thing that people come across, that I came across along this journey, was that I didn't know how to navigate these thoughts. I didn't know how to not listen to these thoughts. I didn't know how to still take action despite these thoughts, despite these feelings. I didn't know how to regulate myself, how to shift my mindset, how to change my narrative, how to empower myself, and how to shift my state to then want to become this person I wanted to be. And it wasn't until I did all the work and took the courses and all the things that I realized, like, oh, like shit, a huge piece is the mindset, right? And so it's like, how can we build a strong mindset on a daily basis? Okay. And if you listen to this, I'm going to talk about your morning routine, how this is going to be important, because I talked about in the last episode. I truly believe your morning routine is one of the best ways to anchor in and create a new mindset for yourself, not just in the morning. One of the most powerful things I do with my clients is teaching my clients how to reframe a thought in the moment. In the moment is one of the best ways to reframe your thoughts, to recondition yourself, and to create safety in your nervous system around this thing. I talked about this in the second pillar, in the heart pillar, but a big piece that holds us back is that we are still in fear. There's something holding us back because we had a negative experience, or we're scared of the same thing happening. We're scared of being abandoned. We're scared of something happening, losing something. Like there's a deep rooted, maybe it's a wound or trauma, whatever, depending on where and how you have been conditioned. Something deep rooted that needs to be addressed, which we talk about healing and doing that work as well. That's going to hold you back from doing these things because you're scared. That's going to hold you back because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to be left alone. You don't want to be abandoned. You don't want to be felt stupid, or you don't want to, whatever that is that's happened that makes you feel like it's going to happen again. You know what I mean? Is this resonating? I hope this is resonating so far. So every time we do things that are going to be uncomfortable or be new or are outside of our comfort zone, we're going to get this feeling of fear of, oh, don't do that. It's scary. Stop. You're not good enough. That voice is going to come up. So how we combat this, it's a daily practice. And I truly believe this is something we need to do every single day for the rest of our lives. Not need to do, but we get to do as well. And we realize that, okay, these thoughts coming up are here for a reason. This is what's happening. And I really believe there's two ways to go about this. I often have like both sides of it. Okay. There's the, all right, in the moment, let me change my thoughts. Let me change my patterns. Let me not listen to this thought and think a better thought instead. That makes me feel better. It makes me feel empowered. I'm going to give you examples later. And after I did the thing, after the moment or during, depending on what you're doing, honestly, it really depends. I need to take a look at what is actually happening under here. Like lifting up the hood and being like, okay, what is actually happening here? Why am I so scared of this? Why am I so XYZ? Why do I keep doing this? Why am I holding myself back? Why do I speak like that to myself? And looking at, okay, ooh, it's because of this. And oh, I need to work on this. And oh, maybe I need to work on releasing this emotion, heal through this. And okay, XYZ, you know what I mean? And then doing that deeper inner work, right? I truly believe you need both. I talked about this in my last module I just made for my clients. It's like, Your fridge is leaking. This is the example I use. Your fridge is leaking. So your fridge leaks and you're like, oh, look, there's water on the floor. Okay, let me just wipe it up. So wipe it up. Amazing. So the leak's gone. Next day, it leaks again. Oh, wow, look at this. Okay, my socks are wet. Oh, shit. I hate wet socks. Okay, wipe it up. Every single day it keeps leaking. So yes, wipe it up, but also, why is the fridge leaking? You gotta go fix that. You gotta go look in the fridge, like, oh, I need, like, this is keeps leaking. What's happening here? Right? That's the same thing. It's like every time your mind is like, don't go do that. Like, okay, yeah, work on addressing that mindset, shifting your state, empowering yourself, reframing it. Yes, do that. And look at that inner world, look at a deeper reason and work on healing that, right? And that comes down to the subconscious work and the reparenting and the healing traumas and your narratives and forgiveness and letting go and releasing emotion from the body and a lot of things I talk about. And so lots of tools you can use here. There's endless tools you can use. And I think it's not about using all the tools, it's about using the right ones, the ones that resonate with you and the ones that are going to feel good to you, right? And so when it comes to the mindset work, it's okay, every day, how can I do this? How can I address it? Every week, what do I need to do every month, right? So I'll give you some examples. Like for me, it's the daily reframing. It's in the morning, I have my morning routine. I pump myself up, I journal, and I talk about the things I'm doing and how I'm going to be doing great and all the good things. And then in the moment when things happen, I tell myself literally out loud why I'm doing this, that I'm good enough, that people need my work, that, because a lot of my limiting beliefs come from the work I'm building and my business, and, that I can do blah, 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 but then I also have a therapist. I also do somatic healing. I do breathwork sessions. I also do somatic dance release sessions. I also have deep, vulnerable conversations with people in my life around this. I also do deep journaling sessions. I also do all this other work. I also do the inner parent healing. I also purge and cry and feel my emotions. And I go deep every morning. I process my emotions. So it's like, yes, and do both. So it's like, what are the things that you can do on a regular basis every day to not only wipe up the leak, but also deal with the leak? Yeah. And so I'm going to give you, a couple of things to think about. If this hasn't already prompted some thoughts, how can you change your narrative? How can you speak better to yourself? What can you tell yourself that you need to hear? What are some thoughts that come up for you a lot that you can reframe? How can you hang on to different mantras or have post-its or sticky notes or things that you need to recondition? Because know this is going to take repetition. It's going to take a lot of time and exposure to new things to get your brain on board and your body on board. This comes down to your feelings and how you're addressing your feelings. Do you need a therapist? Do you need to do some somatic work? Do you need to do a breathwork session? Do you need to, do a deep healing dance movement session? If so, call me. Like there's so many resources out there. Which one feels called to you, right? Is it EFT tapping? Is it hypnosis? Is it visualization? Is it meditation? Like I could go on and on and on and on. And I've literally probably used all these tools as well. And they've all been helpful. Like I love them all, but I don't use them all at the same time. I use them in different increments. And this is going to come back to what I mentioned in the last podcast episode, is tuning into your body and what it needs and giving yourself what you need and knowing what that is and tuning into yourself, like, hey, what do I need right now? What would be supportive for my mindset, for my healing right now? How can I work on this in a way that supports me the best? And that could look different every day, right? And so the mindset piece, why is it so important to becoming lit up, and why this is a big piece of the work I do, is because every thought releases an emotion. Every thought releases a chemical. Every thought has a chemical reaction that makes us feel a certain way. Now, when we're conditioned in a way that all our thoughts make us feel shitty and release cortisol and make us feel sad and negative, we end up vibrating lower. You cannot be lit up if you're always feeling low and you're always having this narrative that keeps you in a loop of negativity, of self-loathing, of lacking confidence, of being mean to yourself. That's not a high vibrating state. If you want to be lit up and be happier, more confident, feel good about yourself, release better endorphins, like literally feel more energized, you must change the way you think. Because when you change the way you think, you release different chemicals. When you release different chemicals, you have better feelings in the body. When you have better feelings in the body, you feel better, more energized. When you're more energized, you do more things, you take more action, you create a life you actually love. So your mindset and your thoughts are actually so key. And the better thoughts you have, the more better you feel, the more we dance, the more we eat plants, the more we live our lit lives, the more we do thing, blah, blah, blah. And that's the vibe here. And so let me know if you have any questions about this. This is like the last pillar. They're all important, but this piece especially, okay? So hopefully you had some prompts, you had some things come up. Maybe you want to journal a little bit after this. How can you start implementing this on a daily basis? If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to dive more into this work, let me know. DM me. I would love to have you in my containers to help you individually and give you personalized guidance on how to create this for yourself. And you can join a community of people that are doing the work and having support along the way, because it's more fun when you do it with other people. And so that's the vibe today. If you want to join my free 5-day challenge starting on April 8th in 6 days, let me know. Comment below if you're watching a YouTube video, or DM me the word magic to join our free experience. And I'm just so happy to be back. Best believe your girl, we got more up my sleeve. Fam, you don't even know what I have for you in store for this podcast. Because I took 3 months off. No, I didn't take 3 months off because I cock blocked myself for 3 months. There's so many things I have in store. So many things I want to talk about. So many exciting things I'm going to be sharing. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just can't wait. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. If you found value in this, let me know. Share us your episode. Share us your episode. Share this to your Instagram stories and tag me. All right. Comment below. DM me if you found value. Talk to me in some way. I love hearing from y'all. You know, that's the vibe. Y'all are my fam, and I'm here to support you all along the way. Let me know if you want me to talk about any other topics, comments, questions. I'm in some mood. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm going to hop off now. So eat more plants and do more dance. I want to see you in the next episode. And until then, go live your most lit up life. Bye.